Good evening and welcome to Pagel Ice Arena, rink number 2, high atop on the mezzanine at Pagel Arena, where the Eagles tonight are taking on the number 1 team in the state right now, the Skippers from Minnetonka, coming in at a record of 15-1-1 versus our Eagles here, who have a respectable record, number 25 in the state right now, with a record of 18-10-1. So, should be a good game here tonight. Obviously, we have our work cut out for us against this very deep Minnetonka Skipper team. 3 solid lines and fast. And so, the boys from Eden Prairie wearing black tonight are going to have everything they need to come away with a victory here, and also to keep it close. So it should be a fun one tonight. A late game, 7:45 start. So these boys and gal, Ari Suardini, playing for Minnetonka, almost past their bedtime. So after a long day at school and then a late start tonight, we'll see how much energy they've got in their legs. Our boys coming off practice last night. They didn't work too hard at practice, keeping those legs fresh. But they had 3 games in 3 days over the weekend. So you notice that in the Bloomington game Sunday afternoon, where there just wasn't a whole lot of spring in their step. Kind of a lot on the line tonight as well. If you look at the current D6 standings as we're coming into the end of the D6 season, most teams only have 2 or 3 games to play. The Eagles sitting there in a tie for second with Edina Green, chasing the undefeated Skippers from Minnetonka. So you get 2 points for a victory. We got a couple games left, so Eden Prairie looking to stay up high and on the top part of the D6 standings is the goal. So after this, then we play Bloomington again for the final game. So we've got 2 games left. So even if we come away with a split, that should be certainly a respectable season and outcome for Eden Prairie. All right, we're ready to rock and roll here. 13 minutes on the clock. Eden Prairie moving left to right on the dial. And we got Leo, Mason, and Henry leading off up front for the Eagles. Underway here. Berg over in the far side corner, now circles into the left wing dot. He loses it in the slot, and Dahl tries to keep it alive and put some pressure on. Lenkus now on the forecheck, pushing back, and Minnetonka now able to clear it out. Comes up to their zone, tries to toe drag, can't get it done, and Sardini picks it up behind his own net. Key thing to watch out for here tonight is the speed in which Minnetonka is able to attack the puck. And the race needs to be won by Eden Prairie if they want to stay competitive. Throughout the game. All right, so at center for Minnetonka, Ari Suardini against Decker Stubbs. Ari, very fast. She played with Charlie for several years over at Minnesota Made. And I always told him, I said, if you can practice like Ari, you're probably much better off, because she is a hustler. Gavin Winter for Minnetonka holds it in until he isn't. And Eden Prairie tries to push it out back to center again. Suardini for Minnetonka tries to clear it up ice. Now Dean Unke back from his ankle injury. And we're going to get a penalty for Rink as he plowed a skipper into the wall. And so it's probably good to see how the refs are calling this. early on.
Who's in the box?
Yeah, it looks like an Eden Prairie player going to be going to get the first penalty of the game tonight. Minnetonka is always good for getting penalties, but EP starting it off in the box. So Tonka will go up on their first power play of the game. And Eden Prairie will have to kill it. Wenkus across the red line, dumps it down to the near side. And Tonka chases it around to the far side, now brings it back up ice again. They struggle for control at the red line, but finally they are able to bank it into the Eden Prairie zone, and Eden Prairie forces it back out. Tonka cross ice pass over to the far side, back into the Eden Prairie zone again. Leo gets a slap at it, knocks it off, shot deflected, centering pass out front, and a good play by Mason. Another shot, wide left of Asa. And now Dylan, nice turnover behind the net, tries to chip it up the far side boards there, and Minnetonka is able to hold it back in. As Tonka now plays with it down on the near side. Looking out center, about two different skippers there. Had some opportunity, slap shot from Bodie Bryan at the top of the circle, and Volk with the save with 10:28 left and 27 seconds left in the Eden Prairie penalty kill. Now Sardini tries to chip it from behind the net, intercepted by Minnetonka. As it comes out to Izzy Goulet at the point. Goulet over to the center, shot, back, look out. And puck is still scrambling in front, goes wide right. Puck back out center again, 7 seconds left to go on the penalty. And Minnetonka clears it back out and pulls it back up ice again. Around one, shot off the pipe. Goulet picks it up and it's poked away by Ben Pravatsky, and Pravatsky chases it down to the near side Minnetonka circle. And Tonka back up again, tries to chase it back up ice. Eden Prairie chops it back out to Pravatsky. He drives in off to the far side, fires one in there off the shin pads of a skipper. And now skippers again, they don't miss too many passes. Heller puts some pressure on as he leaves the rink. And again, Unke pops a puck out on a poke check, now gets tangled up with Ari Suardini behind the net. Suardini still battling two Eagles, and she shoves it back over to the far side where Pravatsky meets it at the half wall. Puck back again. Rink chops it back over to Unke. Unke now back up ice. And Suardini pulls it away. Shot. And off of Volk's pads. Back out to Gavin Winter. Winter holds it. Back to Suardini. Back to Winter again for Minnetonka. And Winter's shot is deflected, and now Rink brings it back up ice again. Rink stops at the blue line, loses it, gets it poked away. And now Suardini back off to the races again. She's got a shot off the pads of Volk. Haugen for Minnetonka picks it back up over on the far side. Suardini now at the top of the slot, fires one in there. As Aaron Moss there chops it in for Minnetonka, and they go up 1-0 with 8:21 left in the first period. They will be relentless, and so we just need to clog it up in front of the net and not let them get rebounds. Tonka on the draw, they win it, chop it up over to the far side. Sardini clears it back out to center. Tonka now past near us on the cross ice pass, centers it back out to the top, and Eden Prairie side tries to chop it back out again. Backhand pass down low into the near side corner. Christian chops at it, moving up to Stubbs. Stubbs now over to Dylan Christian again. Christian now far side up along the Minnetonka bench, curls around, gets pressed into the boards at the hash marks, and now Minnetonka brings it out to the near side, back up ice again. Rip, chip, and go is what it looks like for Minnetonka there as Dahl intercepts it. And it's covered by Minnetonka with 7:30 left on the clock in the first. So pretty good pace to start the game off here. Hi there. So Berg back again at center. Puck back out to Sardini at the point. Sardini tries to dump it in. Now Dahl tries to move it a little bit further forward. Leo over on the far side gets that big stick in there and just pulls it away. Now he's alone over in the hash marks. Tries to force it over to Wenkus, and it gets chopped away by the Skippers. Now Skippers 3-on-2, bring it up ice over to the far side. Dot centered pass out front. Oh, and he almost had it. And now Wenkus back up ice again. Over to Dahl, cross ice, stretch pass. Dahl brings it into the Minnetonka zone, fires it off the pads of Minnetonka. And Wenkus picks it back up, curls around again, shot, score! And Eden Prairie matches with their own and ties it up with 6:47 in the first. Wenkus just curls around to the top of the circle, lets one rip. And Eden Prairie Tonka tied up midway through the first period. Tonka again wins that draw, tries to cross-ice pass, got it deflected on Pravatsky's stick. Now Strube curls around, gets it back up, gets it chopped away. Heller's there to pick it up at the center ice. And now he dumps it down into the Minnetonka zone, behind the Minnetonka net. Pravatsky over there chases after it. Minnetonka clears it out offside on Eden Prairie as Unke shot one back in there before Pravatsky could get back on sides again. Now Heller at the red line, dumps it back up. Strube tries to chase it back up ice again, gets it chopped away by Aaron Moss from Minnetonka. And now Moss chases it all the way up. Unke there picks it up, and he's under attack. But he slings it back out to the point. Oh, big rebound there from Asa. And now Rink again sends it up to the far side. Pravatsky can't hold and catch onto it. And now Moss again for Minnetonka on the left wing. Fires one in there. Shot. Oh, and a score right under Asa's right elbow. Minnetonka now gets their second with 5:40 left in the first. Those are the ones you don't want to let in, because there will be plenty of good opportunities. That one got away from us a little bit. Now Jensen from Minnetonka, he gets it poked away by Dillon. He stays on it. Christian again, bank it back up near side. Eden Prairie now tries to skate it up ice. Drop it down into the far side as Tonka slings it around to the far side. Sarazin's there to stop it, sends it on net. Crosby Richards picks it up over on the far side corner. They get it popped away by Tonka. Now they bring it around to the near side. Tonka now looking for that outlet pass up to Bodie Bryant. Bryant now enters into the Eden Prairie zone. And Christian again playing hard defense there. Able to knock him off. Back over the half at the hash marks, and Asa just jumps on it as that one he wasn't going to let go. Just going to vacuum that sucker up with 4:40 left in the first. Eagles trailing by 1. Tonka picks it up at the dot. They're having trouble collecting it as the puck just keeps going back. Now they send it back out to the point. They can't hold it. And Tonka regroups. Now rink season opening, and we're going to get an offside as that puck got held up in the skates of a Minnetonka player. Leo back to Rink. Rink finds Dahl. Dahl can't hold on to it. Now Leo can't hold on to it. Unke's like, here, I'll shove it up a little bit further. And again, Unke, couple days off, fresh legs. We suspect he didn't go to Invicta for the last couple of days too after school. And Unke again, offsides waved off. He sends it down into the Minnetonka zone on the near side. Pursued by Wenkus behind the net. Wenkus and Dahl. Back to Wenkus again. Wenkus tries to center it out front. Puck is loose, and Dahl tries to grab after it, and he can't. And Tonka back up ice again. Their pass goes astray, and Unke there backhands it over to Rink in the corner. Rink shoves it back the other direction. Dahl chases it over to the far side on the hash marks. Now pass comes out to the slot. Puck is loose. Puck is still loose. Look out. And a good opportunity there by Minnetonka. Negated. Although Tonka still is able to hold it. Another big rebound off of Asa. Rink chases into the near side in his own zone. Curls around. Now sends it back over to the far side to Dahl at the hash marks. And a slow pass gives Mason an opportunity for a 2-on-1. Back to Mason. Shot! Score! Bird to Wenkus. And Eden Prairie ties it up again. 2:48 left in the first. Suardini back to Winter. Winter sends across ice to his other D. And Eden Prairie again on the march, and Suardini just pushes Ben Pravatsky away like he's a little fly. And now puck back up to Moss, and over to Haugen for Minnetonka, and Suardini for the Skippers was offside, and we'll set it up back outside the blue line of neutral ice with 2:26 remaining in the first period. All knotted up at 2. Here at Pagel Arena. Suardini now picks it up, moves right, sends another shot on Asa, on net. She gets taken down, puck back out to the point. Fluttering shot, oh, and a nice, oh, I didn't get that, I'm sorry. And a nice bounce catch, short hopped into Asa's glove. Back out to the point again. Shot right into the back of Decker Stubbs. Eden Prairie now chops it back up ice. Jack Anderson takes it from behind his own net. Moving back up ice again. Gets a caught in the ref's skates, and now he curls around. Back sends it over to the near side. Dot. And now Tonka back up ice again. One thing they do really well is move the puck and pass. Shot from the dot, top of the circle. Oh, and a rebound. And Tonka gets their third on the rebound. .134 remaining in the first. Tonka winning about 90% of the face-offs here. Now here again, they backhand it in, and Volk falls on it. Chopped at it. Rink chases it over into the near side corner in his own zone. Easy Goulet with a fluttering shot out top from the top. And a quick shot on net by Tonka. Now Rink again backhands it out. And that clears out to center ice. Holloway picks it up, moves it over to the far side. And pass intercepted by Leo, but quickly recovered by Izzy Goulet for Minnetonka. And it's going to be a penalty on Tonka. And so Eden Prairie, with 52 seconds left in the first, is going to have a power play here for the remaining time in the first and about a half a minute in the second period to start. So let's see if they can take advantage of that. Shot from Sardini, deflected and blocked. Now Aaron Moss from Tonka brings it up on the near side, curls around the Eden Prairie net, continues the play, chased by Christian. Christian came away with it. Now he finds Wenkus. Wenkus just chips it forward. He can't hold on to it. And now puck back to Christian again. 22 seconds left in the first. Christian chops it up ice again. Suardini can't hold it. And we got 15 seconds as Berg now chases down after and puts pressure on. We just are doing laps here at Pagel. Wenkus now, 5 seconds left. Oh, he was looking for Berg. That's going to do it for the first period. Centered out front again. That's going to do it. 3-2, good game here at Pagel. In an action-packed game, Eden Prairie 2, Minnetonka 3, and we will start with the second period with a 39-second power play. So, no, unless you want to hear me rip on you guys.
You can do that. I like the color. Oh, you're getting right in there? Is that your good side? Your right side?
So Bianchi giving him a little some advice over on the side there, but you know what? You kind of see what Joe looks like today. Why don't we see what the old Bianchi used to look like?
Joe Bianchi.
Lovely, isn't he? He's just lovely. Lucky to have Mr. Bianchi here at Eden Prairie. He's made quite the connection with this team. So here we go, Eden Prairie now running right to left, starting the second period, down by 1. And EP will start with 39 seconds on another power play. Right out of the gate, Tonka gets a shot off. Now Christian picks it up, curls up on the near side, and Tonka able to hold, and forechecked by Suardini. Now Eden Prairie back up along the near side again, tries to center it out in front. Dahl now over to Christian. 11 seconds on the power play. Wenkus tries to feather it into Leo. They can't do it. And now Wenkus just decides to chop at it. And that'll do it. Minnetonka clear of the penalty and 5-on-5 now. Oh, centered out front again. And Wenkus wasn't quite there to receive it. Back to Ari again. Sardini gets a body in on Ari and knocks it away. Now shot and deflected off of Christian's knees. Shot by Tonka, wide right. Now they fight for it. Strub over on the near side. Chopped out to Pravatsky. And Pravatsky takes it up. Over to Wenkus. Wenkus back to looking for Pravatsky in the slot. They can't connect on it. And now Strub recovers and sends it back over to Unke. Unke chops it back up right down below here. Back to Pravatsky again. And now Tonka sends it back up again. Now chopped away, back out to Goulet at the point. Shot on the ground ball. And off of Ace's stick. Minnetonka again sends across ice. Rink there for the deflection. A nice play by Dean, knocks it off, and Rink there also sends it back up ice. And offside waved off there. As pass cross ice out front to Goulet, and another block by Heller. Heller's limping off as Pravatsky dumps it down, and Eden Prairie gets a change. As Tonka tries to flip it up, puck comes out to center, and we get an offside on Eden Prairie here with 10:26 remaining. Stubbs off the draw, chops it in, sends it on net. And Tonka tries to clear it back out. Oh, nice backhand pass. And a cover by Volk as Okposo was looking for the outlet, and he just sent it a little bit too far. And we get a face-off again at 10:08 remaining in the second. Tonka up 3-2 over the Eagles. Tonka back to the point, sends it down low. Christian fights for it. Okposo now picks it up to find the Minnetonka Eden Prairie net. Sends it back out to the top of the circle. Shot. And deflected. Now Sarazine chops at it and sends it up ice. Oh, he's stretching it out over the far side. Stubbs going to hold on to it, and he was just impatient. He couldn't wait. He just couldn't wait for it, and he sends it down ice, or back into the zone for an offside with 9:38 in the second. Back to Rink. Rink dumps it. And Tonka now chips it back up ice again. Suardini there tries to pick it up for Minnetonka. She loses it back to Dahl, back to Wenkus in the top of the slot. And he gets it popped away by Haugen from Minnetonka. Now Dean just uses his body and slaps it in. Now back over to Berg. Berg up to Dahl on the near side. Dahl loses it. And now they drop it back down low to Suardini. Suardini out in front. Deflected by Wenkus, back to the point. Back to the point to Jack Anderson. Anderson pops it in and deflected by and intercepted by Charlie. Now Charlie looking over to Wenkus. He can't. Leo circles back. Back to Unke again. Unke back to Rink. Suardini had a look at it. She couldn't connect. Rink now back to far side. He was looking for Berg, and Tonka just forced to ice it with 8:30 left in the second. Tonka over on the far side. They try to slap at it. Eden Prairie unable to hold. Back to Christian at Strub. Strub at center. Strub again at center. Dumps it in. Tonka picks it up in their own zone at their dot. Now they're trying to look back up ice again. Now Bodie Bryant for Tonka sends one wide left from the top of the near side circle. And Christian and Heller battle for it over on the far side. Heller pops it away. And we will get a whistle with 7:47 on the clock in the second. Pretty fast-paced game here. Not many whistles. There we go, 2-on-1 now. Back to a Poso shot and a save from Volk on the 2-on-1. Back to Gavin Winter on the face-off. Minnetonka point. Rink now chops it back up to Stubbs. Stubbs tries to, I'm sorry, not Stubbs. Eden Prairie tries to send it back up ice. Now they clear it over to the near side. Puck over in the left wing circle of the Minnetonka zone. They curl around to the far side. Send it back up ice again. Intercepted by Eden Prairie. And Eden Prairie sends it back behind the Tonka net. Rink intercepts, able to hold, drops it down, and he sends it down behind the Tonka net again. And Tonka forced to send it over to the far side. Now they bring it back up ice again. Oposo with them. He clears everybody through the center, tried to get a backhand shot off, and that went wide right as he got tangled up in a couple players. And now we get an offside on Minnetonka here. All right, we're back again. The shot save. Again, puck is loose in front. And no goal called. On Minnetonka. Sorry, 6:19 left to go in the second. I went out of... I lost the feed there for a second. Now we're back in again. And they will face off back outside the blue line here with 6:19 left in the second period. Now Aaron Moss at the dot fires one in there, deflected off of Eden Prairie's defensive stick. Now Christian working Moss over on the boards. Sardini from behind the net. Looking back up to Moss. Suardini with the interception. Sends it through the crease. And no skipper in sight there to grab onto it. Again, puck loose. Oh, slap shot. And Dillon again there. Chops it away. As Tonka's had a couple opportunities. Again, look out. Good defense. Suardini again gets it. And Berg now pops it away from Suardini. Sardini back in his own net. And back in his own zone. Up and out of play from Christian. With 5:17 left. Eden Prairie still trailing by 1. So we'll have Strube at center. Shot behind the net by Tonka. And then Rink in the slot just sends one down on ice. And no icing. Good clear by Charlie there. That was an open netter. That would have been in. And now Strube with the speed. Rink there with the interception. And now Eden Prairie out of position on defense. And we're going to get a penalty here on Eden Prairie on Kellen Strube. Rink picks it up, and that'll do it. Strube will go to the box. And that's 2 penalties on Eden Prairie. So far, so Tonka will go on a power play. with 4:38 remaining in the second period. Now back out to the point. Slap shot, deflected wide left. Unke just slings it up ice. And Eden Prairie able to clear it. Now Rink uses his skates over on the far side. And Unke looking aggressive here on the penalty kill. 1 minute left on the kill as Tonka moves it around to the far side. Up ice over the blue line, 3-on-2. Nice toe drag there. Tried to send it out front. Oh, and they went in. It looked like it went off a skate of one of the Eden Prairie players. And Tonka extends the lead by 2. But a good effort nonetheless. As that backhand pass, it looked like it went off a skate. We'll have to look back at that one again. So off the draw, Tonka brings it in. Moss picks it up as Mason went down. Another shot and a save by Asa. Nice save. With 3:30 remaining in the second period. Back to Jack Anderson. Anderson fakes to go across. He sends one in off the skate of Decker. And it deflects out to center ice again. Now Tonka's going to have to regroup again. They pick it up. They bat it back and forth. Red line to blue line, and Tonka goes offside. Tonka sends it back D to D. Jack Anderson picks it up. Now he banks it back up ice again. Unke also anxious to get it back in the zone. Eden Prairie offsides on this side. Anderson again. Up to Moss, deflected. Rink now chops it in. Dahl on the pursuit. And now Ari takes it with a slot, fires one in there. Shot, score. As Ari goes low and left, go low and right, and she drills one in there. With 2:34 left. Dean chops it out, looking good on that ankle. We'll have to see how it fares the whole game here. Dahl now gets his stick in there. Unke picks it up. Oh, he goes, slides in, blows a tire. And Leo there just peels it away up against the boards. Now he finds Mason. Back to Unke again at center. Unke curls around to the left side dot, centers it back out front into the skates of Tonka. And he streaks off the ice. Oh, Wenkus back over to Berg. Oh, and he just one-timed it and he couldn't do it. What a great opportunity there. And we just pulled a strike. Now Berg again around the back. And puck is still loose. And chopping at it, and we get a stop at 1:28 left as though all 10 of them are in the crease and in the net pretty much. And a good effort by EP. Now down 5-2. So we need to find one here late in the second period here to keep it close. Now we're going to get a penalty on Eden Prairie. That'll be on Wenkus, and we'll reset down in the Minnetonka zone. I didn't see what the penalty was for. No, we aren't going to go to the Tonka zone. We're going to go right out here. Or to the Eden Prairie zone, I should say. So EP now on another penalty kill. Want to minimize this as much as possible. Oposo now curls around, and he brings it into the Eden Prairie zone, and that's an offside.
Charlie, but there was a move made on the blue line. That was a good move by Odie.
Sardini chops it up. Strube now tries to fight for it over on the near side. They take it down right into the ear of Mr. Moss there. And now Minnetonka back up ice again. Shot and a bouncing save by Asa. Now Christian picks it up. 50 seconds left on the penalty kill. And Tonka sends it down low again. 40 seconds left in the second period. Back out to the dot. And Winter can't hold on to it. Now he fires one in there from the top. Oh, it's a bouncing shot in there. Oposo tried to drop it in. Winter sends it over to the right side D from the far side. Now puck back behind the net. Sardini there, chops it up. And Pravatsky over, and Strube over on the near side. Try to pick it up. Oposo pops it away. Now Sardini still holding on to it. 2 seconds left in the period. And that's going to do it for the end of 2. Eden Prairie trailing by 3 here going into the third. They got some ground to make up here after the third, going into the third, the final period. And we'll have 4 seconds left on the penalty. All right, welcome back. Start of the third, waiting for the time to get back up on the board again. We'll have another 13. And Suardini will be at center for Tonka against Berg. Brink. And we get a whistle. We'll do that again. We still don't have time on the clock.
What time is it?
And we will reset again. Chopped off, face off. Tonka sends it down. to the far side. Dahl chases in to it, back out to the point. Tonka holds it. Jack Anderson at the point, sends it down. Suardini sends it across ice. Back out to the point again. They dump it back down. Rink picks it back up, chops it back up to Wenkus. Now Wenkus over to Berg. Berg crosses over to the blue line. He gets it poked away, but he still stays on it. Sends it back out. Wenkus can't get there. Now Tonka over on the far side. Back out ice again. And Unke there to pick it up. He's looking at Rink. Not going to do it. Curls around. Got Dahl. That gets intercepted. Back out front to the slot. Shot and a save from Volk. As Charlie was picking up his breezers, laying on the ground, he decided to go a different direction. And a great save by Asa to keep it within 3. And now Crosby Richards tried to bring it up ice, neutral zone, and now Tonka goes back again. Cross ice stretch pass. Now they bring it back into the Eden Prairie zone. Bryant there at the top of the slot, turns around. Sarazine, eyes wide open, saw that. Now they just chop it up over on the far side, back to the point. Shot again, wide, deflected, wide left. Puck, right out front again. Puck's loose, and Christian there. Able to stretch it out. And a stretch pass gets intercepted by Eden Prairie, and now we're going to get a hook on Decker Stubbs. And Eden Prairie going to find their way to the box again. As we're at risk of losing a fair play point here. So again, we will be killing a penalty for $1.30. Back up to the point. Heller fires one in there, deflecting off a Holloway stick. Now Rink sends it back up ice. And that will be an icing on EP. 1:16 left. Rink sends it out, clears it. Heller charges after it. He just closes his eyes. Now he's got a little bit of lane, but he gets quickly engulfed by 3 skippers. And now Tonka back on the move again. They take it to the near side. Back out to the point to Gavin Winter. He's got a lane, sends one in there, deflected. Puck is still loose, fall on it. Puck is still loose. There he goes, now he falls on it. He decides to end this. So 37 seconds left on the power play. Back to Jack Anderson. Anderson sends it far over to the far side corner. Now they go back to the point, back down to Moss at the half wall. Back to Suardini down low. Suardini back to Jack Anderson at the near side point. Anderson curls in, firing it. Suardini with the shot and a goal. Now that was pretty by Tonka. Good puck movement. So now Eden Prairie back to full strength again. Berg gets muscled over by Suardini there. Berg comes back away with it again. Shot, oh, high over the top. And Sardini gives everything he's got to move it over to the, hold it. He can't, so now Christian back up to Berg again. Berg backhands it down to the near side circle, or corner. Wenkus charges after it. Now Berg again picks it up. And now Aaron Moss from Minnetonka recovers, and now he tries to move it back up ice. He cuts to the middle and gets a poke checked away by Christian. And now Berg brings it back up ice again. He gets it slapped away by Ari. Berg over to the far side. Now Wenkus tries to go pick it up behind the net. Slings over to the far side. Christian can't hold on to it. And we got a loose Skipper. Skipper fires it on there off the pads of Volk. Now Richards back up. And Minnetonka again, cross ice pass, good pass. Cross ice. And a good defensive play by Sardini. And Tonka now recovers again and reloads. Back cross ice again, near side. Back out to the point to Goulet. Goulet sends it down. Bryant, he was looking for Bodie. Now Eden Prairie sends a cross ice back to Crosby Richards again. Richards just dumps it down. He goes off ice. Now Rink. Oh, they don't call offside on that as Rink chopped it back in. Back to Unke. Unke picks it up over the red line. Back over to Rink. Rink. Back to Unke again. Back up. Pravatsky. Pravatsky over on the red line. Now brings it in. And he gets it poked away by Bodie Bryant. Former 15 Orange player at Minnesota Made. Bryant still holds on to it. Brings it down to the far side circle. Eden Prairie zone. Unke and Heller channel it. Tonka tries to send it back to the point again. And Pravatsky back up ice. He's got Heller curling into the slot. And Tonka again able to peel it away from Pravatsky. Tonka just flying around, shot, save. As everybody had a bite of that apple. And Holloway was able to still get a shot off as we are halfway through the third period. Pass back out to Winter at the point. Winter's got a seam. Nice charge by Declan Heller. Puck over to the far side. And Eden Prairie able to pick it up. Pravatsky again, moves it up ice. Follow the way there, clears it or stops it. Back up to Okposo. Over to the near side, Christian there, tries to pick it up. Backhand shot from Okposo, wide left. Now Dolph over on the far side. He tries to skate it all the way up. Tough to skate it up on this team. Strube now just dumps it in, deflected wide right. Dahl chases after it from behind the net. And we're going to get a high stick on Minnetonka with 5:36 left. Eagles still trailing by 4 here. Leo back to the point, shot. Oh, there it is. Oh, and a great play by Minnetonka. Now Suardini, back up ice again, sends it far, shot again. Look out for the deflection and the rebound. And saved by Volk. Good play off the face-off. Dahl now. Dahl chases it up on the far side. This team's faster than you, so you're going to have to move the puck by the stick, not necessarily by your skates. Now 3-on-2. Suardini wide open. Look out. Shot. Ooh, out of the park. Now Unke tries to sling it around the far side. Suardini again. Back out center. Shot. Flick shot. And another save by Asa. Anderson. Back over. Good play. Shot again. Save. Rink now. Sends it up ice to the near side half wall. Leo picks it back up. He brings it back in. Puck is loose and they just fall on it. With 4:29 remaining. Back out to the point. Dillon right over the top. And Crosby now pries it away. Puck back over to the far side. Sardini holds it. And it goes right into the armpit of Decker, and he winces in pain. And a shot by Minnetonka, deflected by Volk. Richards again, back up ice. Stubbs tries to pry loose over on the far side. Tonka still tries to move it forward. And is that going to be an icing waved off? Wasn't going to be an ice. Tonka sends it in. And Eden Prairie chops it back out again. Eden Prairie fires it wide right, 3:20 left. What a play. And Tonka adds their 7th as the depth is evident. Heller on Winter. Winter sends it cross ice. Under pressure by Provatsky. Now again. All the way up. And it gets popped away by Rink in the slot. Back up to Heller. Heller sends it back to Strube at the red line. Strube gets ridden off the puck on the back check. Now 2:30 left. Provatsky over on the far side, just struggling to keep up here. Oh, shot off the pipe. Now Rink gonna get called. And that's it, that's the game. 7-2, Eagles fall to Tonka. But I can tell you this, the Eagles played their heart out today. It's one of the better games I've seen them play, to be honest. Even though we fall by 5, I've seen this Minnetonka team mop up on other teams significantly more. So that'll do it. Eden Prairie fall to the Skippers 7-2. And we will have a couple of practices. We're over at Braemar on Sunday against Edina. So until then, have a good rest of the week.